bought a 1 terabyte SD card from a Chinese online store on Lazada at only 369 pesos or a little over 400 pesos to include shipment costs. Is this really a 1 terabyte SD card? Stay until the end of this video to learn more. Click the subscription button to support this channel and the notification bell for new videos. The image on the left is the page of an online store in China on Lazada where I bought the 1 terabyte SD card, while the image on the right is an official store of SanDisk, also on Lazada but based here in the Philippines where I usually buy SD cards. The official store is selling the SanDisk 1 terabyte SD card with a whopping price of 10,899 pesos, a huge disparity compared to the one sold by a Chinese store. To lure customers, the Chinese store even has a freebie for this item, a USB SD card reader. On the main page of the item, the image says the card is SanDisk, but the title of the product below says 2019 SanDisk 100% original. Take note, 100% original. 1024 gigabytes or 1 terabytes capacity, 100 megabytes per second, that's the transfer speed, micro SD memory card with adapter SanDisk. Take note, it is SanDisk, not SanDisk. Also on the product details, it says no brand. Entries like this on product details most likely mean the product is a knockoff or a counterfeit. In one of the photos on the page, the seller even says its memory cards are tested with validating tool to test its real capacity before reselling it to the platform. This adds credibility to the item and may convince buyers. At only 369 pesos, everyone will be tempted to consider this item. It's a good Lazada find, just in case. At positive pa ang reviews sa mga buyers since when the buyers inserted the card on their device, it indicates the capacity is 1.07 terabytes. Unknown to ordinary buyers, what they read on their phone when they inserted the card may have been a misleading bootloader information to hide the real capacity of the card. In my case, the first time I inserted the card to my phone, it reads the card has 0.98 terabytes with a little 2.81 megabytes being used for the card's information. So we'll check, we'll observe this one kung talagang this is a 1 terabyte card. Then that cost me 433 pesos only. There are a couple of validating tools available on Google Play which can validate the real capacity of SD cards. I tried the fake device test and ran the test for the whole day. The app wrote about 1.06 terabytes of data on the card to test its capacity and read it back to compare with the ones it wrote. After over 12 hours, the test results came out and the card failed. Although the fake device test app was able to verify 1.02 terabytes, but there were 2,000 verification errors. However, the app stopped the testing because further analysis is not required. This SD has been determined to have a fake capacity or is very defective and should be returned immediately. Using this SD card will result in data corruption and loss. The app says only 512 kilobytes have passed verification during the test. The number should have been higher or is likely close to the SD's true capacity. Since the app stopped the testing, it did not state what is the real capacity of the card. I tried another tool, SD card checker. I opted to write at 100% but no longer read what is written and verify only the size to make the testing faster. But the test also cannot proceed due to an error. I copied huge files from the internal storage of my phone to the SD card to test its limits. Here's the result. So I've done transferring and it's about 123 gigabytes. You can see there. If I am going to open this one and I'll go to this CIM where there are so many files. I have this one TV card. Then I have a JPEG photo. I'll try to open the first one. Check kung mababasa ba natin. Yan ang resulta. I do not know. Bakit? Di mababasa. And I go to video. Failed to play video also. Unknown error has occurred. So, di talaga.
This one also photo. Hindi rin niya mababasa. Let's try to check. This one also is also, oh, it failed to play. It failed to play. So it's defective. So over here in the gallery, you can see there are two cameras. The one on the left is the card as indicated on the uh, frame, and you can see that it's blank because it's not showing. Okay, and this one is the ones recorded or stored on the internal storage of my phone. Let's check another. Here's my original Adobe Rush, and the Adobe Rush, the copied one on the SD card is here. Adobe Rush, you cannot see anything there. Okay.
And again, I reformatted the SD card to start fresh and shoot long videos until the capacity of the SD card. But two of the videos are empty despite it occupies enough spaces on the card. I messaged the seller and told about the result of the test I conducted on the card, which they're selling.
I sent a message to the seller. Okay. Then I posted the screenshot of the result of the memory test or the SD card memory test. Then I state here that I ran a SD card test using the fake device test app. It failed in the test. Check that that's photo. I need your comment or clarification before raising the issue to Lazada. And thanks. And the reply was a question mark. I don't know what it means. I need your explanation, not a question mark. That's my reply. I retorted back. Then again, they sent me this reply. What is this? Check the first message about. Let's see how they will going to rank, because if they cannot give me a satisfied answer now, I'll be raising this issue to uh, Lazada. I may not return the card if it needed, but it seems like I will have problems because, as you can see, there are defective files whenever I am transferring the files from my internal storage to the SD card, because since it has a fake 1 TB capacity, naturally some of the files that you are transferring to the SD card were not actually copied. Hence, you cannot see it, you cannot open it. As you saw on the gallery, the files were empty.
At the time of this video, the chat response rate of this seller was only at 55%, which is low, while its positive seller ratings is at medium 83%. So I reported the issue to Lazada and request for return and refund for the item. Meanwhile, tech site Mashable has made a study on the SanDisk Extreme 1TB micro SD card in 2019 and confirmed the card works. At the time in 2019, this tiny 1TB card cost about $450. Now it's only about $200. Still, the real 1TB SD card from SanDisk is quite expensive. If you insist buying on the cheap so-called 1TB SD card from Chinese online sellers, then you'll end up, you've got what you'd paid for. Also, there's a saying, if it's too good to be true, then it might not be true. If you want this video as your future reference, hit the like button and please subscribe to this channel as a sign of support. Daghang salamat, ako si Jun Tariman. High-tech tabay!